Hello YouTube, Sweet here again. This is an OU battle for Wilechase's Tourney. My first round and my only round, unfortunately. So let's get on with it. My opponent, Mistah Improv, starts off Tourney, and I start off with my Mamoswine. A little bit of a suicide lead looking at his team, considering that the only two things that Mamoswine could kill are probably the Hunch Crow and the Latios. But knowing that he has Reggie in his team, I chose to sacrifice my Mamoswine just to get up the Stealth Rocks, considering that he has a Gyarados as well, which is ×2 effective from it. So I put my Stealth Rocks this turn. Next turn I go for an Ice Charge to get a little bit of damage off, while he goes for another Flare Bliss and subsequently kills my Mamoswine. The first couple of turns of this match are very haxxy, if I may say so myself. I send in my Zapdos, knowing that I can hit anything in this team really hard. Go first after 1 agility, but unfortunately here he gets a hack and gets a burn, which means that even though I set up early knowing that I could kill, I'm not going to be able to do that anymore because the burn's going to kill me. So that's another guy down, which I was pretty dismayed about. And my special sweeper's out the window. Considering that half my team is stall, this is going to be a pretty lengthy match in which I sped up a heck of a lot of it. I send in my Haxorus just to see if I can hit a lot of things hard on his team. Was going to set up a +1 DD, but he gets a crit on his Flare Blitz. That Infernape did a lot of work for him. Killed 3 things, which he only should have killed 1. But you know, this is the game, hacks happen, and we've just got to get on with it really. I send in my Dusclops with the Eviolites to stall a bit and just try and get some burns off to get some loads of residual damage. He sent in his Latios, which I thought for pretty much the whole match was choiced, considering that he went for the Surf and he switched. That'll cost me later on, that'll cost me about an hour of my life, which I'll explain later. I go for the Will-O-Wisp on the Registeel to burn it and to get rid of residual damage, because I know that Registeels don't normally run rest sometimes. I was hoping he didn't have rest in this one, which later I found out to be true. This is also the wrong Dusclops I brought this match, because I was supposed to bring my one with Nightshade, which would have hurt me a lot more. But oh well, my Mudslap one's there just to decrease accuracy, to annoy opponents, and to get him to switch. And in this situation, I forgot that he has a Clear Body. I was like, oh man. Okay, so I switch in my Skarmory to get some spikes off, but I know he has a Magnezone with Magnapult, but I chose to sacrifice the Skarmory to get off my spikes, because looking at my team and his team, his Registeel and his Magnezone have been doing a lot of switching, and apart from this residual damage being done, that's the only way I can damage his team, considering that my Deoxys has no offensive moves, because it's a pretty weird set, if I say myself. His Magnezone goes for the T-Bolts, takes me down to Sturdy, in where I get my second layer up and my last layer. So yeah, Skarmory dies. And to be honest, me and Skarmory never really get on well. Never actually, if I remember the last couple of months, I've been able to get up all 3 layers of spikes. Must be something wrong I'm doing, but yeah. So my Dusclops comes out, and here I just speed it up to the max, because all that happens is he substitutes. I can't kill with my Mudslap even though it's ×4 effective, which is pre-game. But I get loads, or I get a few accuracy drops. He gets, I think, 1 or 2 defense drops. the Latios comes out. He Draco Meteors, hits, taking me down to 14 HP. I was like, oh thank God I'm still alive. So I rest up, he switches, which then shows me that, which gave me a little bit more hope that he was choiced, but it obviously wasn't. Give me a sec, this is frozen up for me. Back to the normal speed match. He sends out a Gyarados, which sorry about that, guys. This is the second part of the recording. I stopped it for a minute because I've got the screen sort of froze up on me, and you know. So yeah, let's get back to it. This my Deoxys comes in to stall out a lot. This is a set I came up with Cosmic Power, Taunt, Recycle, and Recover. I chose Speed Form because I want to get a taunt in from anything taunt me. It works pretty effectively, as in it manages to stall out the Registeel with the burns, and I do manage to get pretty much all my Cosmic Powers in, so I should have been able to stall out quite a lot in this team, but haxxy stuff happens, unfortunately. So here, the Registeel goes for the Seismic Toss, and my red card brings him out, forces him out, brings in Hunchcrow, which takes the Stealth Front damage, and he switches back out to Andy, and I go for another Cosmic Power, I believe, or a Recover. Actually, no, I went for Recover. Pretty scared that the Hunchcrow will try something like a Night Slash, or hopefully a Sucker Punch. At this point, it's hoping I had Sucker Punch because he hasn't seen my fourth move, which is Recycle at this point. So that gives me a few more turns to set up my Cosmic Power and the Taunts and my Recovering, which allows me to stay an extra few turns. The Registeel goes for another Seismic Toss. I'm just waiting for this thing to die from the burn, while I just set up here another Cosmic Power and then another Recover. He goes for his final Seismic Toss, takes me down to just over half, which means that I can survive one more hit and hopefully get some more recovers in. The Registeel faints, and he sends in his Hunchcrow. This is the end point of the match. Well, coming to an end point. I set up more Cosmic Powers just so I can stall out the rest of his team, and the Hunchcrow goes for a few Sucker Punches, not knowing what my last move was. He sets up, I set up another Cosmic Power, and then another Recover here. And yeah, oh, excuse what happened on the screen there. Oh, it was camera recording, and yeah, excuse the beeping in the background. The cars are pretty noisy today. I'm going to move that piece of paper out of the way, I don't know why it was there. Another Cosmic Power, and I think it's around about here I get Blasted Hack. I think, yeah, I set up my last Cosmic Power, being able to walk everything, and the Hunchcrow should go for, I think it was Brave Bird. No. Oh no, wait. Sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I show him my last move, which is to Recycle, so I can force him out. He uses the Brave Bird, and he gets the crit. Oh my god, this is the point where I was... I think I conceded to the point that I lost the match. Nearly. I was pretty gutted, to be honest, because I knew that the Latios, if I can get the birds off, he doesn't have any taunters in his team. I could recycle switch between the Gyarados and the Latios, Stealth Front damage would have racked up, and I could have stalled him out with 2 pressure users. But unfortunately, the Hack God wasn't on my side. They actually seemed just to like smack you around the face today. So the next 3 minutes is sped up like 1,000%. Considering that this match was already 52 minutes, it's gone down to 11. So not a lot else to see, to be honest. The only things that happen in the next couple of turns, if you'd like to watch, is I stall out his Gyarados. He does get a crit eventually, taking me down to within killing range, but he does run out of the PP for Waterfall and Fire Blast. So him having to switch into his Latios, meaning I get the free recover, non-cover rest, and we go back to where we were. This is when I found out that Latios isn't choiced, which means that I couldn't PP stall him as I wanted to. And so yeah, this is pretty much game, because there's nothing a lot more else I can do. Because the last 2 minutes, then I realised that the game was over. But to be honest, I didn't really like to run at this point. I wanted to see the match through, just for some glimmer of hope, some fool's hope maybe. But it wasn't with me, so good game, Mistah Improv. Good luck in the next round. And good luck Sour, because he got through, so if you want to check out his battle. It's a lot shorter and probably a lot more exciting than this one, to be honest. So look out for some more uploads and subscribe. Thanks guys.